If you're not listening to the Smoke World podcast, you're wasting your time, you mortal.
What's up, folks? Welcome to another episode of Smoke World. I'm your host, Stone. So go grab that stick, go grab a glass or whatever you're drinking. Let's sit back and have that conversation. You can follow me on Instagram at Smoke World Podcast. Email stone@smokeworldpodcast.com. I'm waiting. The website. Yeah, the website. You know what it is. smokeworldpodcast.com. So, folks, what's going on with you? This is going to be me just having a conversation with you. Now, this is what I'm going to let you know. That's been pretty difficult. I don't know if I'm going to use the word difficult, but it's been a challenge to be able to have this podcast. You know, a lot of times we have these podcasts. We have a guest. We sit down. We talk about something exciting. Hopefully, you know, some of the podcasts, again, I know folks are like NPR radio. You're just listening, and it's kind of boring, you know, but that's just how it goes because, you know, you're learning something about a brand or a situation, but that's life. Then you have the other podcasts that are exciting, they're funny, they keep you intrigued. And that's what, to me, that's what podcasting is all about. Being able to have that excitement, to have that conversation. You know, you want to entertain the listener. So for you guys listening, thank you. Number one, thank you for supporting me. But you want to, for me, now if I'm listening to a podcast or I'm listening to something, I like to laugh a little bit, you know, something that's going to keep my attention. And I think that's a challenge a lot of times when we have these podcasts because there's so many different types of podcasts out here and so many podcasts. So I just wanted to get that off my chest. Talk about that a little bit. But so, you know, let's talk about what's going on at the lounges. What are you smoking? Where you smoking? Where we at with this whole COVID-19 vaccination? Are you going to get vaccinated? Are the lounge in the future going to require vaccination proof? So these are some of the things that's kind of going through my head. So again, what are we doing in 2021? Are we ahead of the COVID? Or are we still behind the 8 ball? You know, I would love to hear from you. That's why I said that's where that email comes in handy, folks. Another thing, I really need to hear from you guys. And I do hear from some of the listeners on, you know, what's going on? What do you want to hear? Some feedback. And, you know, I proposed this question because, again, you know, we have folks listening around the world. You know, that's a blessing. Thank you. But what's really going on out here with this COVID? Is it affecting anything at your lounge, the place you like to hang out? Does things still look different with the COVID? And we want to kind of get back into talking about this vaccination. Now, obviously, going to be pros and cons, and I know folks sit on the, you know, either side of they're going to get the jab, and we hear somebody say to me, the jab, most of the time that's somebody who's not going to get the vaccination. When they say, "Oh, you getting the jab?" You know, that's a person. To me, don't be mad at me. I'm just saying, to me, in my opinion, that is an individual who more than likely is not going to get the vaccination. That's fine. That's cool. That's a personal choice. You do you. But the question remains, are the lounges, some of the places that you may currently visit and hang out at, are they requiring some of these vaccination cards? Like, what's going on with that whole thing? I'm curious to know. That's what I'm saying. So I'm curious to know, and I really want to hear back from you guys. That's Stone at smokeworldpodcast.com is that email. So I would love to get some feedback to find out what's going on, you know, around the country. with the vaccination. Another thing I'm thinking about, like, what are we smoking now? What's the hottest thing? Is there such thing? What is the hottest thing in the cigar world? Are we jumping off at these boutique cigars, which I believe at this point are pretty much taking over the mainstream cigar line? Again, this is my opinion that these mainstream cigar companies, now don't get me wrong, they're making money, but some of these boutique cigars are making some noise. They're making some companies very, very nervous about what they're doing. They're making some moves. So again, if you're smoking that boutique on a regular basis opposed to that big name brand that, stands out when you look in a magazine, or when you have a novice smoker, a lot of times they may come into the lounge and ask for that particular name brand based on the fact that's something they saw, someone told them. So again, I'm curious to know your opinion. Stone at SmokeWorldPodcast.com. Send me an email. Let me know what's going on that side of town. I got the sleepy professor voice going on right now because I'm putting myself to sleep. Let's wake this thing up. Again, I talked about the podcast in the beginning. What do you want to hear and all that good stuff. I find myself with the monotone professor, student, I need you to have this assignment voice. We don't want that. Is that me? Sometimes. That sounds a little sleepy-ish. It's too robotic. Forget all that. All right, so let's get back to the conversation, folks. Let's get back to the conversation. And this is what this is all about, conversation. What are we talking about? That's the $1 million question. What are we talking about? What are the things that are happening in the cigar world? Do we really care? For real, do we really care as a cigar smoker? We're the novice, we're the layman, we're the experts, we're the ones in between. But do we really care what's going on with the cigar industry? Yes, because we're going to talk about a little bit about that tobacco tax that they're trying to propose that will bank us all out. This is where we should care. I believe on the last episode with Cigar Diva and the crew, we kind of have a little conversation about what's going on with this tobacco tax. So if you haven't made any moves, you need to make some moves. You can go to that PCA website. There's some few websites out there. You can do a Google on cigar tax, and you can find whatever website you like, but you need to make some noise. We need to stand up and say, oh, whoa, Billy, Johnny, Terrell, that's in high school, that's vaping. Yeah, they don't have no Liga Bravada. They're not running behind the school building to smoke a Liga Bravada. That's not happening. They're not doing that. So, Congress, our politicians, if you're listening, leave the cigar industry alone. We are responsible adults who enjoy what we enjoy. Okay? Tyrell, Richie, Bobby, Ronnie, and Mike, they're not taking AJ Fernandez and hiding in the school boys' bathroom to light up an AJ Fernandez or Liga or whatever the case. They're not smoking cigars, so let's stop the BS with that, okay? Just wanted to put that out there. Stop that. Leave us alone. I'm a family man. If you push me too far, I just might. Hey, who remembers that song? Don't worry about it. You old too. Mind your business. It's all good. It's all good. What else is going on out here? So, again, I'm just having a conversation with you folks. And this was a challenge for me. And this is still a challenge to be able to sit behind this mic and talk without a guest. You start running out of people to talk to. And do you really run out of people to talk to? Maybe you don't. But, you want to change it up a little bit. And this is where I think there was some confusion with the Smoke World podcast. I'm saying not listener, but those who see a cigar in my hand on my icon, my imagery, and they say, okay, it's a cigar show. No, it's not a cigar show. It's a guy who enjoys cigars, who has regular conversations with regular people. Some of those people happen to be cigar people also. But who are cigar people? We are regular people. We do everything that anybody else does. We go to work every day, most of us. You know, we have to pay bills. So we just so happen to enjoy cigars. So why is it for some people that's so hard to understand? Oh, well, I can't rock with that because this is a cigar show. No, this is a regular show and a regular podcast. It just so happened that the guy who hosts the show, he enjoys a cigar. But I'm a regular guy, just like you're a regular guy, a regular girl, a regular person. So folks who are listening, they know who they are. Stop the BS. We're regular people. We're the judges, the police, the teachers, the doctors. We're the same people that you go shopping with. We're at the movies. We do everything pretty much similar to what you do. We get up in the morning when we don't feel like getting up. I know I don't feel like getting up no more. I'm really done with that. That's a whole nother conversation. Thank God for cigars. But yeah, so I'm ranting a little bit. And if you got a problem with that, so what? Yeah, I'm getting real gangster today, right? I'm talking real gangster right now. So this is what I do. So with that being the case, listen, folks, I appreciate you letting me get a little something off my chest. I've been ranting here for a couple minutes. So I guess I can do it. As far as the challenge of me getting on this mic and just having a conversation. Now, does the conversation make any sense? That's another question. That is another question. Hey, man. Hey, lady. Mind your business, okay? I'm talking to myself. Well, listen, I'm going to let you know what's going on. We got a few things that we're going to be doing. I'm trying to start this in November. We're going to start doing a video. We're going to be doing some video podcasts. And guess what? I'm going to actually be doing some cigar reviews. Who wants to hear me do cigar reviews? Probably nobody. You know, that's just how it is. But guess what? I don't give a damn. I'm going to do it. Cigar reviews are coming. The video's coming. I didn't want my face all out there like that because, you know, I'm getting a little old now. My face got a couple wrinkles and, you know, Karis one knows. You feel me. But nonetheless, those are the things that I got coming up, folks, for the month of November. Starting in the month of November, start making some moves. So listen, again, folks, you can follow me on Instagram, Smoke World Podcast. Email me, people. Let me know what you think about what we talked about. Are you getting the vaccination? Is it changing the game of where you smoke? Stone@smokeworldpodcast.com is the email. Smokeworldpodcast.com is the website. Again, check it out. Changing some things. We're making some moves. But listen, drop the mic. You shouldn't be holding it. Folks, thanks for listening to me. I will check you out on the other side. Again, don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Go tell a friend. Stone's bugging on a podcast called Smoke World. Peace.